Good afternoon, I'm Denise Tan, and this is One News Now. President Bongbong Marcos has appointed fishing tycoon Francisco Laurel Jr. as a new agriculture chief. The announcement was made this morning at a press conference in Malacanang grounds. Marcos Jr. had been holding the post since assuming the presidency last year.
I have just administered the oath of office for the new Secretary of the Department of Agriculture, Francisco Laurel, who is standing here next to me. And this is because it is time that we have found somebody who understands very well the problems that agriculture is facing.
The President's first marching orders to Laurel include taming rising prices of basic commodities. He also underscored a study of best practices to revive the country's agriculture sector.
The obvious one is trying grain control of the prices of all the agricultural commodities that are going up. At tinatamaan tayo ng, yun na pag-usapan ko, climate change. Alam nyo na lahat yung swine flu, alam nyo na lahat yung avian flu na tumatama sa atin. Kaya yan, ang una natin in the immediate term, hindi lang short term, kundi in the immediate term, kailangan natin makakontrol at tignan kung paano natin gagawin. At the same time, kasabay nito is the longer term, yung production at saka cost of production, mechanization, lahat ng mga bagay na yan. At tinitignan natin ang mga ginagawa ng ating mga karatig bansa, such as Thailand, such as Indonesia, such as Vietnam. At baka meron tayong matutunan sa kanila.
President Marcos also explained why he held on to the agriculture post as long as he did.
I held on to the position of Secretary of Agriculture was that I truly believed, and I think I was proven right, that there are many things that only a president could do. And the problems were so important and were so deep that I felt that the authority, please sit down, that the authority and the, I suppose, moral suasion of a president was necessary for us to be able to figure out, and it really was, agriculture is a much more complicated thing than most people understand.
For his part, Francisco Laurel Jr. vowed to continue the President's projects. The new agriculture chief promises to share his plans for the agency in the coming days.
Layunin ko na ipagpatuloy ang kanyang mga adhikain at programa sa sektor ng agrikultura. Lubos po ako naniniwala na kaya nating mapalago ang produksyon ng ating agrikultura sa tulong ng ating Presidente. Ngunit kailangan ko ang tulong at pakikiisa ninyo at ng buong sambayan ng Pilipino.
Who is Francisco Laurel Jr.? He is the head of the Rafah Fishing Corporation and was one of the donors to Bongbong Marcos's presidential campaign in 2022. Apart from fishing, he has other business interests in canning, food manufacturing, wharf development, and power generation, among others. Laurel currently serves as president and chairman of Agusan Power Corporation and Bukidnon Hydro Energy Corporation. In August last year, he also became part of the Private Sector Advisory Council, a group that gave recommendations on economic matters. Here are the reactions from various industries in the agriculture sector at the appointment of a new agriculture secretary. Dasamang Industriya ng Agrikultura or SINAG hopes that Laurel will live up to the expectations of the President. That's when it comes to boosting local production and agri-industries. SINAG is also hoping for a firm commitment from the new DA chief that he will reject all proposals to reduce tariffs on agricultural commodities. As for Pamalakaya, they are expecting Laurel to do away with liberalization policies that will allow importation of fishery products. The group reminds the agriculture head that foreign harvests pose a great risk to the livelihood of local fisherfolk. On the other hand, the Philippine Association of Meat Processors, Inc. is confident about Laurel's capability. It said the new DA chief has already proven to be an effective Agri entrepreneur. PAMP hopes players in the sector will support Laurel. The United Sugar Producers Federation of the Philippines is also rallying behind Laurel. UNIFED is looking forward to working with the DA head to explore assistance and resources for the sugar industry. The group added the appointment comes at a good time when the sector is in the thick of the milling season. Time to take a quick break. One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. President Bongbong Marcos says stranded Filipinos in Gaza could cross the Rafah border by today or tomorrow. Marcos Jr. said this is a promise from Israeli President Isaac Herzog. Once the Filipino repatriates are in Egypt, the Philippine government vows full assistance. So far, 134 Filipinos are waiting to exit war-torn Gaza through the Rafah crossing. 2 Filipino doctors have already done so earlier this week.
So may pangako sila sa atin na maipapalabas na ang mga Pinoy, ang mga Pilipino, maipapalabas na by today or tomorrow. That is what they promised us. Saturday daw at the latest. So that's what nakahanda naman lahat ng ating mga bus, nakahanda na yung mga embassy natin sa Cairo, nandun lang sila, matagal na sila nag-aantay dun sa tawiran, yung Rafah crossing. And they are ready for when the time comes na tumawid na ang mga Pinoy, dadalhin at pauwi.
Time to take a quick look at today's other top stories. The long holiday is over, but the Philippine National Police remains on high alert until Monday. The PNP is expecting droves of people returning to Metro Manila and other provinces following the extended break for the BSKE and UNDAS. At least 80% of the 228,000-strong police force will be deployed. Assistance desks at airports, seaports, and terminals will also be in place. There will be no overtime pay for teachers who served beyond 24 hours in this year's barangay and SK elections. But COMELEC will push for an additional 2,000 pesos in honorarium. The poll body has said that they are restricted by a joint COA and DBM circular, which states that only employees of an agency are entitled to overtime pay. For its part, the DepEd is considering the grant of more service credits to teachers who worked OT in the BSKE. These are not convertible to cash but can be used as leave credits. The Toll Regulatory Board has approved hikes in fees at the South Luzon Expressway. Starting today, November 3, there will be a 10 peso increase for Class 1 vehicles, 20 pesos for Class 2, and 30 pesos for Class 3. That's for those flying Calamba to Alabang. For motorists coming from Santo Tomas to Calamba, get ready to add 4 pesos to your toll budget if you're driving a Class 1 vehicle, 6 pesos for Class 2, and 8 pesos for Class 3. Meantime, toll fees are also set to go up at the Muntinlupa-Cavite Expressway. The TRB explained these toll fee hikes have already been deferred for years. Actress Rica Peralejo defends her family's decision to don costumes for Halloween. Peralejo said the event has become wholesome as it promotes family time. The preacher's wife earlier posted a photo of her husband, Pastor Joseph Bonifacio, and their 2 children wearing attires from popular games and novels. But several netizens called her out for joining what's supposed to be a pagan celebration. Still, Peralejo noted that fear-mongering amongst Christians has become rampant, calling it bothersome. With this, she called on people to be more loving instead of being condescending and self-righteous. One News Now will be back at 3:15 p.m. Join us again later. Denise Tan, we are One News.